Hi, hello, and welcome to my channel, Leaning to Six Sigma. Job I'm going to discuss about Project Charter, but not the content of Project Charter and already known Project Charter information, which I'm going to deal with very high level. But I just wanted to give an important perspective, how to write a Project Charter, what are the do's and don'ts. From that perspective, I'm going to deal with. So I just want to deal with a very high level of Project Charter just to set the context, since I'm going to share my experience about the Project Charter, not the content in itself. Let's look at it quickly. Business case, which is to explain why the project is, and problem statement primarily to quantify numbers, definitely make a lot of difference. And then the goal statement, we need to have a target, and the scope. Scope is to explain how big is the scope is. So the moment I write the scope, definitely I can understand whether it's going to take 30, 40, 50 days or 60 days. Definitely that's an important point. Of course, there are other things you can state it in the Project Charter, team members, timelines, and whatever you want. I just want to set the context. This is the Project Charter. So what are the do's and don'ts of a Project Charter? From my experience, it's just a caution. Let's look at it in my next. So if you look at do's, first one is the stakeholder engagement. When you start a project, you need to engage with the stakeholder. But stakeholders are very important. In fact, to identify stakeholder itself, you need to spend some time to understand in this project who are all involved, who are all going to have a say in this. So definitely you need to spend some time and engage with the stakeholder. Stakeholder engagement is itself an art. So you can't just give a formula and then do this, because it's not a formula. Because I need to talk to somebody who's senior to me, or somebody cross-functional I need to convince. How can I do that? That's a skill. Charter is a live document according to me, in the sense, of course you will change the charter during the define phase and measure phase, etc. But the charter need to be referred every time when a team sits and then discusses about the project. That's how I always insist. Whenever any coaching session, I ask the team to open the charter, read it, please understand. So that's the level of commitment you need to give it to the charter. And charter can be revised, as I mentioned, define and measure phase. Of course, define phase you will change it, measure also allowed, but beyond measure phase I don't think so you can change the charter. That's the level of commitment you need to have, and the checkpoints to check it. Charter can be revised during the define and measure, yes, but not after measure phase. That's how you need to, otherwise you are wasting time. Because during the measure phase, the data may support, may not support the quantum of problem and the direction in which, yes, that's a good sign in fact. But if you revise the charter even at the analyze phase, then it's a clear signal that you haven't understood the problem well, and the team would have spent by now, when they reach analyze phase, almost 30, 40, 50 days they would have spent in the project. So if you keep changing the direction, scope of the project, you lose the interest of the team and it will derail completely. That's what I don't want. So that's very important caution you should have. Measure phase, please check it. And to be approved, yes, project charter to be approved. And okay, this is directly related to stakeholder, but nevertheless it has to be approved by the immediate senior HOD, because otherwise they may feel like, okay, it has not been approved though we talked about it. So make it very robust. Let's look at the don'ts. No root cause. You can't preempt root cause here and then do the project, otherwise you will fit in the project in such a way, the root cause, already known root cause. Same is the case of solution. Don't bring in solution at the time of project charter or define or measure phase. Solution comes later at the improve phase, not here. If you know the solution, go and do it. Don't waste the time. So no blame game. So you can't mention a function or a role or a particular designation, whatever, however you are pointing out. No blame game. The charter, it's very generic. And no conclusive statement, because Six Sigma is an investigative methodology. You can't conclude anything at the define phase. So no conclusive statements are written in the charter. So please do take care of these do's and don'ts. That's very important. That's my caution. To summarize, Six Sigma from my perspective is a disciplined thinking, because I always urge people to think during the project execution. Don't just do mechanically certain tools and write and go back and do the project and certain improvements will definitely happen. Don't do that. Thinking is an ability of a human being. Thinking is not something you reproduce what you have read. Thinking is not something which you reproduce what you have already gathered. That's not the way I look at it. A fresh thinking, unknown to the known, that's the thinking. And it's not just a problem solving tool, though you start with, yes, but don't treat it for next 20, 30 years only problem solving. and it challenges our paradigm. Very important, because we carry certain opinion and views, so that need to be challenged. As a coach, I always challenge a journey of excellence. I see this excellence journey through a Six Sigma project way. Only you can improve the process improvement and bring in excellence. That's the way I see it. And finally, it makes impossible possible, because this is the highest level. Though you may take something very simple, and people feel yes, that can be modified, but over a period there are handful of projects where you do something people felt no, this is not possible. Challenge, mindset, tool set, and bring in a lot of clarity using all that is possible available in Six Sigma. Bring that's the way you need to implement Six Sigma. Please do subscribe. Leaning towards Six Sigma is my channel to it, and if you have any views and perspective, please do share. I welcome.